Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, very kind. Afternoon, welcome to this week's episode of Get Up, Get Out. Our theme of the week is thrill rides. Joining us today will be enthusiasts Raymond Barnett and Lloyd Samuel. They'll be giving us their views on what makes a good ride and a good reason for us to get up, get out. In November, we visited Alton Towers to mark the close of the Corkscrew, one of their most iconic rides. Opening in 1980, she was the first roller coaster to invert riders and introduce us to a new form of thrill ride here in Britain. 28 years of neck injuries on and over 800,000 miles later, the old girl did one last lap before retiring and going to the big metal scrapyard in the sky. We spoke to some of the park's guests, including some die-hard fans. Here's what they had to say about the end of an era.
My favourite ride at Alton Towers is it's got to be.
I'd prefer Oblivion.
Nemesis all the time, man.
No, I like the new one actually, Rita.
It's definitely Corkscrew. We're going to go as many times as possible.
The legend that is the Corkscrew.
He came off it quite. He had a few tears.
Quite a lot of emotional faces out there.
Got it.
Best ride here, really.
It's a legend.
Apparently they've got a world's first coming in 2010.
Whatever it is, it won't make up. Wow, legendary ride. Now we're joined by self-admitted roller coaster freak, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome Raymond Barnett. Ray, thanks for coming in to talk to us.
All right.
So the Corkscrew, what made it so iconic?
It was the first ride of its type to invert riders upside down twice, which was the first for anywhere in the United Kingdom.
So in the 80s, if you wanted to be hung upside down twice,
Yeah.
the Corkscrew was the place to be.
Yeah.
But why did it last 28 years?
It was just a piece of iconic history. The thing that started off thrill rides, I think, all over the United Kingdom. People come from all over the country. It's just one of the main stepping stone from where the other rides grew up from. That was the main one.
Did it get a bit dated by the end? Because I know I used to go on it and you'd get neck ache and you'd be... And it was a bit dated by the end, wasn't it?
It was getting on a bit, so I think that's why it was time for it to leave in the end.
I've got to ask, how many times did you get corkscrewed?
It was just short of 150 times.
150 times, that's incredible.
Yeah.
All right, so they should do a T-shirt with that on, shouldn't they? I've been corkscrewed. I could sell pretty well. See, we've got a marketing idea. It's a shame they've shut the thing down, though, isn't it? This new ride in 2010 sounds like it's going to be pretty exciting.
We don't hardly know anything about it. It's all been kept hush-hush. All we know it's a world's first, so I don't think they want to give the game away just yet. So
you haven't got any idea at all about anything about the ride?
All we know is it's going to be themed on the actual tower's ruins, like a crypt sort of thing.
Oh, OK,
and that's
so
all we know.
Kind of like, what is it? Is it Hex, the ride? And that's the one with the spinning room, isn't it?
Yeah.
That messes with my mind when I go on it.
Yeah, it's a very interesting contraption.
It's like the room's spinning round and you're thinking, this is impossible.
It's strange how it works, but it's actually like a room inside another room. So the room inside actually moves, and the room, the building behind it,
Just stay still?
Yeah,
okay.
It's just another room.
Now, so I'm thinking it's going to be themed around the towers and the history and that kind of thing. Is there anything that you'd quite like it to be if you were going to be designing this ride? What would you do with it?
Honestly, I would not have a clue. No. It's all been done.
Yeah.
All the things that I can think of, it's all been done. The biggest, the fastest, the best.
Yeah.
It's all been done, so I'm just waiting for the surprise.
This one at Thorpe Park that opened recently is quite a ride, isn't it? It looks fantastic. What's the theme of that? Saw, is it?
Saw, the ride of the Saw movies. Yeah. It's all mainly the theming, the queue line and the actual building that the queue line goes into. There's all blood, gore, it's really not a nice feeling.
Just what you want when you're waiting to get on a roller coaster, isn't it? Seeing blood and gore and stuff. It's like when you go on Oblivion and you're walking up that ramp and you've got that stupid woman going, T-minus 2 minutes to boarding. And you're just like, I know, let me get on the roller coaster. Is that part of the whole build-up for you?
Yeah, definitely. You need to build the fear up, and the fear just keeps going until you can't handle it. But then just as you get there, you're on the ride and it's all playing over in your head about like what you've heard, what you've seen in the queue line, and then it just adds to the ride.
And that saw ride, the kind of movie themed one, is quite a ride in itself, isn't it? I mean, it's a 100-degree drop.
100-degree drop, yeah, beyond vertical. So
Right.
it's 100 foot and 100 degrees. So you actually go back in on yourself as you go down the drop.
That must be incredible. Did you see when they launched it, they got all those celebrities stuck on there?
Yeah.
One or two
On the
celebrities
first
that
day.
I'd quite like to see stuck on there permanently, to
Yeah.
be honest. So there's some good new rides as well for 2009. SeaWorld in Florida,
Yeah.
launching their Manta Ray coaster. Sounds a little bit like Air.
Yeah, it's basically in a flying position, like Air at Alton Towers.
Right.
Except the trains are actually themed as like manta rays.
Is that tacky or is that cool?
Depends on what they put it off. But I'd say it's pretty cool.
And you don't go near any water, do you, when you're on it?
When you're on it, you do actually touch the water. The train does actually touch the water
Right.
and splash either you or the people who are by the
Okay.
rides walking around. So.
And there's a new one at Universal Studios as well. There's one in Germany that's opening. You're actually going tomorrow? is it?
Tomorrow, yeah, to that. It's a
Right.
launch coaster. It goes 0 to 102.5 seconds, so kilometres an hour. And it's also got the addition of inverted loops and corkscrews and barrel rolls and that. So, as well as the launch factor, you've got the inversions as well.
So a launch coaster is like Rita at Alton Towers, is
Yeah.
it? So you're literally like propelled.
Yeah. So you
Okay.
just glue back in your
And is it a
seats.
similar? So it's kind of similar to Rita, except
Yeah.
with loops and
But
things.
with loops and
They're
inversions.
fantastic.
Yeah, can't wait.
And that's over in Germany.
Germany, yeah.
Oh, we've got some good parks here, though, haven't we? I mean, we do pretty well.
Yeah, like Blackpool, Alton Towers, Thorpe Park, your main big three here.
Where's the place to go for thrill rides?
It would be Thorpe Park
Yeah.
to itself, yeah.
Yeah.
So they've got
What about smaller rides? Do they do it for you? Because you're a coaster
Yeah.
freak. Do you like small rides?
It's good to get on one every now and then, just push the coaster to the side and then see, how well they manage to theme it, the experience of the small ride. If it's worth going on, it's worth going on. Sometimes even go on it 2, 3, 4 times maybe, just as a little breakaway.
And what about water rides? I mean, I hate water rides when it's cold and you're wet and you're walking
Yeah.
around and your jeans are wet. Are they any good?
Well, like it's usually the basic log flume and rapids ride. I think they've gone past it a bit.
Yeah.
So I think they made it try and make it a bit more interactive.
Yeah.
Like such as having your own water gun on the ride.
Yeah, at Alton Towers they've
Yeah,
done
Alton
that,
Towers
haven't
have
they?
got one of them as well.
Just have a look at the screen, right? I'm going to bring a picture of a roller coaster on. Just say, can you see the design flaw with that?
Yeah, there's quite a chunk missing.
I can imagine, right? Brilliant for queues.
Yeah.
Because nobody would go on it.
They'd be all right.
They could have somebody going, if you go on this, you're going to die. Probably
No queue, though.
Yeah, probably put people off a little bit, wouldn't it? Well, we recently took a trip to Blackpool Pleasure Beach, founded in 1896 and home to over 125 rides and attractions, including the Pepsi Max Big One. Blackpool Pleasure Beach is one of the most visited tourist attractions in the UK. There is, of course, nothing better than the faint whiff of dung and donuts while you're relaxing on a 60-year-old deck chair that you might or might not dissolve into the sand on. But rest assured, ladies and gentlemen, Blackpool and its Pleasure Beach are a slice of British heritage that we all appreciate and love. This is Blackpool Pleasure Beach, one of the largest tourist attractions in Britain. Rich in history and character, there really is nowhere in the world quite like it. Over 6 million people a year walk through its turnstiles, and they all seem to have a similar opinion.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, I think it's fantastic. Yeah, it's good fun. Some Georgia tour.
People have been coming to the park since it was founded in 1896, and it's constantly evolving with new rides, new technologies, and with them, new thrills. Over the years, it's kept its charm with wooden coasters like the Grand National. But there's been some serious additions, like Infusion. And who could forget the Pepsi Max Big One, which has a highest point of 235 feet. We believe Blackpool's still got the magic, but the question remains, is it a contender for people who are serious about rides?
Look at 15 go, 14 now challenges. and this is the longest race of the year, and it's 15, a length clear, then comes 14 on the inside. Who's he going to be on the line? 15 needs 1 more, the yellow one will do it. 15 gets it.
Yes! Thought 15 was going to win. Joining us now on this roller coaster ride of a talk show, I think this deserves a groan, a roller coaster ride of a talk show, is enthusiast Lloyd Samuel. Lloyd, hello.
How you doing? All right, mate.
Who writes these jokes?
I don't know where they get them from.
Blackpool and the Pleasure Beach, is it a serious contender when it comes to theme parks?
It's not bad. I mean, Pepsi Max is good.
Yeah?
I mean, that's an exciting ride. I mean, as long as you can stay off the timber frame ones that have got the woodworm in them and that, you're okay.
Have they really?
Yeah.
I suppose wooden coasters are quite an attraction, really, for Blackpool, aren't they? Because it's not very often you see.
No, there's not a lot left of them, is there? The wooden ones.
They are the classic piece, so...
Yeah, they're vintage, aren't they?
I mean, stuff like the Grand National is a legendary ride,
and that's still standing okay, isn't it?
Yeah. What would you say to those people who say that Blackpool is the tackiest place on earth?
Possibly right.
Possibly right.
Yeah,
if you want to enjoy it, drink more.
yeah, drink more. That's one idea, isn't it? I mean, are there any other good seaside resorts? What about Brighton? They've got some...
Brighton's a fantastic one, isn't it? I mean, you've got a choice. At the end of the pier, you've got quite a few rides up there. You can have something to eat and just go and then get dropped into the sea.
Be reunited with your food when you get to the end of the pier. Yeah. What about the Super Booster? Because, I mean, that's
fantastic one, isn't it? Yeah.
It's actually over the sea. What is it?
You're just looking straight down. It's about a 40-foot drop into the sea. Yeah. You feel like you're going to go into the sea, but it's obviously you don't.
But what makes that so scary? Is it the fact that you could drown if you fall in, or it's just so much scarier over the sea?
Plus, it's like weather permitting as well. If they got bad weather, they won't let you go out in it.
Yeah. And you've not only toured around these seaside resorts, but you've also been abroad and done some of the parks over there. Florida.
Florida for Busch Gardens is probably one of the favourites.
Right.
You got like Sheikah, which they keep you suspended. It's a 200-foot drop, and they keep you suspended for like a minute. It feels like even longer, but you're looking down. It feels like you're there for 10 minutes, and then you just drop into oblivion.
And it's 200 foot.
It's 200-foot drop.
So I mean, that's an incredible size of a drop on there, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I mean, SeaWorld's got this new Manta coaster as well. Have you done the Disney parks?
I've done the other Disney parks and that.
My favourite, Tower of Terror.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, don't eat nothing before you go on there.
That's the one. It just continually drops you up and down. It's just brilliant, and they've got Rock and Roller Coaster and Splash Mountain and Space Mountain.
You could do months out there doing them.
Yeah, really, really good place. Roller coaster mecca, arguably. So what about Vegas? You've been to Vegas? They've got a coaster on top of a hotel.
Stratosphere, and that's good. I mean, that's in stages. When you go up through the hotel, you go up the lift, and you got to go up to another stage and another stage. It seems like you're taking forever to get up there, and once you get up there, you get shot up. And you can look at Vegas. I mean, during the day. I went during the daytime, but I'd love to have done it at night with all the bulbs, all the lights going. Not like Blackpool with a few bulbs missing.
Somebody going around replacing the bulbs.
And then you come down and go on a roller coaster around it. It's a
right, and that goes around the outside.
It goes around the outside of the hotel. So you feel like you're just clinging on to it.
Is that intense? Because somebody said it's quite wimpy because it only goes at 30 miles an hour.
I think it's intense. I mean, I was quite scared of it.
I bet, Ray, you wouldn't like to go on that because it's too slow for you.
Yeah, the speed, but I'm scared of heights as well. So.
It's not just about the speed. It's not about. It's the height and what you're looking at. You just feel like you're about to come away from the building. It's not.
Well, it's interesting you say that it's not about the speed, right? Take a look at this coaster. This is a coaster in Japan called the Sky Cycle, right? And it's a self-propelled roller coaster. I mean, could that catch on here, do you reckon?
Well, if it had seatbelts, it might.
I think there are seatbelts. This is the car that they sit in, right? And just have a look at it. You kind of sit there, you're strapped in with a little... Is that a shopping basket on the front?
That's your little ET basket.
Why have they got a shopping basket on the front of a roller coaster? I suppose if you want to do your shopping, maybe on the way round.
Could do.
Yeah.
As you're going so slow.
You'd be getting flash from behind. You'd have people flashing you and tooting you. Hurry up.
There's probably a speed camera on there.
There'll be a bit of road rage on there as well.
Have the Japanese got it right? Is this the future of roller coasters?
I think it's eco-friendly, definitely eco-friendly.
You're energy saving, you're saving energy, aren't you? So it's got to be a winner. I don't see many people getting on it, but...
Well, no, probably not. If I said to you I've got a roller coaster in my back garden, would you get on it?
Oh, I don't know.
Depends.
Depends on
I'd have to take a spanner and make sure all the nuts are done
Look at this, right? This is a bloke who's built a roller coaster over his house.
Nutter.
What a nutter, honestly. Right, and it's actually got a loop as well. Just have a look at this, right? This looks like the most dangerous thing ever.
There's a loop going on there.
And you get the neighbours round.
Does he have the neighbours round? Does he charge the neighbours?
Do a barbecue, do a cup of tea on the way round.
I bet he doesn't charge the neighbours to go on there. He probably guinea-pigged them.
You're both enthusiasts. Would you go that far and build a roller coaster over your house?
If I could afford to. If I was friends with Michael Jackson, I probably would.
Well, he's got
that's what I'm saying,
in his back garden anyway, hasn't he? Well, he did have. And, I mean, you know, you get the neighbours in, you'd have a party, it would be the ultimate talking point.
A barbecue, eh? Just send the kids off on the roller coaster. You won't never see them again, yeah.
Take a look at this girl. Any advice for her, finally?
Go home.
Put your feet back on the pedals. All right, well, there you have it. Get out of your armchair, get up and get to some of these fantastic locations for a great time. Now, before we go this afternoon, our guests are going to be competing on behalf of our audience prize winners for a pair of free tickets to Alton Towers. No pressure, guys, but these guys will be lynch-mobbing you if you don't win. It's very simple. All you've got to do is just say what you see, basically. We're going to put some pictures of roller coasters on the screen, and the first one to shout it out is the one who wins that round. The one with the most correct answers gets to get the tickets for their designated audience member. Right, you ready?
We'll try.
Here we go. Let's bring on the first one then. Remember, as soon as you know it, shout it out.
Nemesis?
It's a UK coaster. Dragon Fury at Chessington. Yeah.
You got it, yeah.
I think Ray got that one, actually.
Yeah.
You were pretty close, though. That's quite similar to Spinball Wizard, though, isn't it?
Quite similar.
In the design. Spinball Wizard at Alton Towers. All right. So, Ray, one to you. Let's bring the next one on. The colour scheme kind of reminds me of a well-known Swedish supermarket.
Is it a Thorpe Park one?
Comes in flat pack.
Yeah.
That's Kumali at...
Where is it?
It's that.
It's an animal, a pink animal. Flamingo Land, yeah. Well done, Ray. 2 to you. You're pretty hot on this. Right, OK, let's bring on the next one then, shall we? Have you been on Kumali at Flamingo Land? You haven't?
Pictures, but...
OK. All right. This is a pretty good thrill seekers ride. Any ideas what it is?
No ideas.
Am I going for this one?
Go on then.
Nemesis Inferno?
Nemesis Inferno at Thorpe Park is correct, yes.
Oh.
You're really
done me there.
This one, Lloyd. All right, so 3 to Ray so far. Have you been on that one?
Yeah, I've been on that
Is
one.
it anything like Nemesis?
It's almost as good.
Almost as good, but not quite. All right.
Not quite.
All right, let's bring on another one. All right. So we've let's bring on the next one. Here we go.
Oh, that's easy.
This should be an easy one.
I got that one. Spinball Wizard.
He's got it straight away. He's got it. Spinball Wizard. Right. Round of applause for Ray. It's brilliant. Brilliant. Now, remember, you're competing for an audience member. We did a draw earlier on, so if you can tell us who you're competing for. He's got the bit of paper here somewhere.
It should be in here.
He's lost a bit of paper.
I've got it.
Here we go, really quickly.
Sam Newby.
Sam Newby, well done. You get the pair of tickets to Alton Towers. Excellent. Good stuff. Well done, guys. Now, that's all we've got time for today on Get Up, Get Out. Thanks to both of our guests, Raymond and Lloyd, and thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.